Hello friends, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365, and with the Oscars this Sunday, I'm going to list my top best pictures from years past. If you're new to the channel, please hit the like button, subscribe, hit that bell notification. I put out videos daily. You can also find me over Twitter and Instagram at Movie Guy 365. So yes, the Oscars are here this Sunday, and I'm a big fan. I love the award shows, so I like to do little things here and there. And I want to touch on some of the best pictures winners that in years past are some of my personal favorites. Like, not my favorite movies, but the ones that I really enjoyed winning that particular year. And as always with lists like this, they're very subjective. Please in the comments below list your favorite winners of years past. And I go back pretty far, but I also do a couple recent things, as you can tell. So let's start out with one of my number one, or my, one of my favorites is last year's winner, The Shape of Water. I'm a huge Guillermo del Toro fan. I thought the movie was excellent. I was so happy that he won, and also won for Best Director. But it was a good movie. Like, it was different. It was kind of like a monster movie actually won, as far as like Best Picture goes. So I was very happy to see that win. Another one that I really like is the Martin Scorsese, The Departed. I love that movie. I think it's one of his better movies. I know absolutely I love things like Goodfellas and those kind of movies that he's done in the past. But something about The Departed just really worked for me. It was like kind of like a modern, like a nice modern day Goodfellas in a way. It was him at his best, and I feel that it doesn't get a lot of love, especially today, considering it is a winner. But I love the movie. I think Nicholson's great. DiCaprio's awesome, and of course Wahlberg's Wahlberg. But no, it was a good movie. It was actually really good. That was one of my favorites for that particular year. Unforgiven is probably one of my favorite Eastwood films. I love westerns. As far as westerns go, that's in my top three. My personal top three. I just the rawness of Unforgiven, and the brutality of that time period and of man and that kind of thing, and just everything from just the acting to the score to the directing to the cinematography just works in this film. I proudly own this one on 4K. It is absolutely one of my top westerns of all time. But yeah, I love Unforgiven. I think it's definitely one that kind of gets forgotten nowadays, but it is an excellent film. I highly recommend it if you haven't checked that one out. Lawrence of Arabia. Now we're going back a little further. There's a lot in the 70s, 80s, and even the 90s that I really, really wanted to put on this list. But I wanted to get back to like more of a classic Hollywood feel. And Lawrence of Arabia is probably the most sprawling epic on my personally on that list. I know we have things like Gone with the Wind, that kind of thing, but I don't know, something about Lawrence of Arabia, it's an amazing movie that is just beautiful to look at. I mean, the cinematography in that movie is outstanding alone. But just, David Lean, awesome. It's just seriously awesome. Peter O'Toole just brings it. And it's an absolute classic. You must see it. If you can't see it in the theater, because every once in a while they do bring it out for an old screening. But yeah, check out Lawrence of Arabia. And Bridge on the River Kwai. Another one that it's a war movie, about, prisoners during that time, or, during World War II. And, they're trying, the whole bridge thing, it's just, I love that movie. I also, another one I own on 4K. It is a sprawling epic. They just don't make movies like that anymore, honestly. But yeah, Alec Guinness, just awesome. Long before Obi-Wan Kenobi, the man was in this, and he was just really, really good. It's a great film, definitely a classic you should add. And just a slight honorable mention, Return of the King from Lord of the Rings. Now, I didn't include this one in my personal list, but let me explain why. It was more like because like they honestly, that was not the best of the trilogy, but I feel like they were, awarding him for all three films, and I think that's pretty much what the consensus is on that one. But if we were, if there somehow could put a trilogy as like a best picture kind of thing, I support that movie because it's an amazing epic. And sometime in the future I'm gonna break it down in a video how much Lord of the Rings just like meant to me, but like just how much like an achievement in cinema that movie is. So yeah, Return of the King is my honorable mention. But yeah, now it's your turn. Let me know in the comments below what were your favorite best pictures in years past. What were some, that maybe you didn't feel like should be in there. So go ahead and leave your comments. In the meantime, please like, subscribe, hit the bell notification for me. Put out videos every single day. So until next time, this is Adam with the Movie Guy 365. I will see you at the movies.